Hi everyone. So welcome to your assignment 4. So again, I just want to reiterate the expectations because I know that there was a couple of questions about this at the beginning of the course. With assignment 4, this is an even week. It's week 4. So this assignment that's due is the only thing that's due this week aside from the journal entry 3s if you didn't do it. But you are just simply responding to the prompt and submitting it to me. You're not going to be submitting this to your fellow classmates. You do not need to comment on anybody else's classmates because you're not going to have access to their work. This is only going to get submitted to me. So in week 3, at least from what I can tell, most of you were able to access the discussion, and I think that everybody was able to access the course content, which was the elements and principles of art. And so you were exposed to those, which are essentially the building blocks to art. And then for your discussion post, you were to choose one of the works of art that was posted and talk to me all about the elements and principles that were found within that one work of art. Now, very similarly, and this is just as a way to kind of reiterate and reinforce that information, you are now going to go out and you're going to find your own work of art. However, with your work of art that you find this week, I do want you to be able to tell me within your response to me the name of the work of art, the artist, when it was made, if that information is available, like what year and where in the world was it made, and then any additional information about it or any additional information about the artist. So what often will happen is, especially with contemporary artists, like street artists and whatnot, there won't be any specific information maybe about that piece, but what you will be able to access is information about the artist and like an general artist statement, like their artist explores political issues or controversial issues that are found in the 21st century, or their work will battle cultural and racial biases, things of that nature, just to give a little bit of context within the art. And I haven't specifically asked for that up until this point, but I do going forward want to kind of add to these to these assignments that you do, just because you should be able to find and provide a little bit of context behind whatever work of art that you do find. So in addition to that, so you're going to go find your own work of art. You're going to tell me about it as far as what it is, where it was made, who made it, about the piece, or about the artists themselves. And then you are going to talk to me through the context of the elements and principles of art. So you're going to have this work of art and you're going to talk to me about what elements and principles of art you see and how they relate to one another or how they are working in contrast to one another to create something interesting. So 9 times out of 10, this is going to allow you to see, you're always going to be able to pick out the majority of the elements and principles within a work of art, even if you have something so minimalistic as, if you're doing a painting, like blocks of color painted on a page. You're still going to be able to identify lines, shapes, and colors. You're going to be able to identify spatial relationships. You're going to be able to then define, you might not be able to identify forms. You might not be able to identify texture, although some minimalist artists do use brush textures within their works of art. For simplicity and interest matters go. So that would be the elements, and then the principles of design. You can talk about the contrast in colors. If there's a contrast in colors, you can talk about the balance of the color blocks, things like that. So you are going to be able to filter through a lot of the elements and principles of design, but you also may find, especially with, well, I shouldn't even say especially with, you will oftentimes find artists that specifically take some elements and principles and kind of make them compete against one another to create interest. So if you find that happening, please definitely write to that as well. And I can't wait to see all of your artwork that you present this week in assignment 4. Like I said in the announcements, please reach out to me with any questions or comments, and if I do not respond to you within a 24-hour period, please know I am definitely getting your emails, but please, if I didn't respond, if you didn't get my email that I respond to you in a 24-hour period, please just say, I still haven't gotten your message. Or if you did get it, if you could just please respond to me saying, thanks, got it, just so that I know that you're receiving it. If you have any questions whatsoever. And that's what I have for you this week. And I, again, look forward to reading about all of your work and seeing all the artwork that you choose.